Hi guys, welcome. I thought that I would do a whip and chat with you guys. I'm working on Coco. I just love this painting. It's just been taking me a long time. Just gonna get set up here. I've been working outside so much on other 3033. I've been working outside so much with my 30 by 40s because she likes to sit out there, and today it's been raining, so and just now the sun came out, so hopefully she won't notice. That would be nice. But yeah, we got a really good rain again. It rained again. Can you guys see my, okay, you can. There's not very much of this color, so I don't know if you guys can see how much confetti is in this area, but it is insane. It's an insane amount of confetti. Let me just double check. J, well, it looks like J. Yeah, okay. So yeah, how are you guys doing? I've had a lot going on. I'm actually, with this, just real quick, with this canvas, I told you guys before, you guys know that I've never done a square. This is my first square, and also never done a double-sided adhesive before, so I've been having fun with that. I multi-place all the time with my rounds now. I didn't initially when I did the Wicked Witch. I just single place literally every single drill. I was too afraid to learn how to multi-place. I didn't think I could do it. With the Plague Doctor, I started multi-placing like crazy. He had so much blocking. And so with the squares, I've been practicing, and last night I was working on it, and I think I'm getting it, you guys. I think I'm getting it. So it just takes a lot of practice, and I've watched a lot of videos on you guys doing it, and it's helped me out so much. So I love all the instructional videos that are out there on how to do that. But yeah, so today I'll be able to work on this canvas for a very long period of time. I'm hoping to get in several hours on this canvas. I gotta remember to get up and walk around a lot, like maybe every hour or something. I'll just lose track of time, and it'll be like, oh, I've been working on it for 3 hours, so I need to remember to do that. But anyway, enough of that. Yeah, I've had some stuff going on. So I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I had been on vacation. My husband and I, we went camping for a week. We left on a Sunday and came back on Friday. We went camping to a state park that it's only like an hour and a half away from our house, so it's really great, but it is so stunningly gorgeous. We went to Deception Pass State Park. You guys should look it up. It's breathtaking. It's right next to the Naval Air Station as well. So what's really cool is you've got the military jets that are practicing their maneuvers or whatever, kind of on a regular basis. You've got the big jets. They have the jets that they have at this Navy station are called Growlers. I don't know the number. There's a number in front of it, but they're just so cool to watch. You can see their afterburners and they're really low. So it's really cool. And there's, you're right there on the water. It's a really well-known touristy place to go. I had to book, I always book our camping trips around December for the following August or September because everything sells out so quickly. And we don't have a trailer anymore. We used to have a trailer. So we just tent camp. And oh, I think I mentioned that before. We just tent camp. And hopefully you guys can see everything that I'm doing. Yeah, you can. I just realized that. We just tent camp. So yeah, but we have a nice tent and it's fun. It's nice. It's so different though, because when I go shopping for, let's see, I don't think I see any more. Oh, let me just tip you guys just for a moment. There's her. Can you see her eye? I think you can. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully I'm back to where I'm supposed to be, right? You can see from here to here to here. Yeah, okay. I think I'm done with this color. Let me just check. It's pulling out my wax. Yep, this is so confetti heavy. I'm gonna do the music notes. Oops, I've got one right here. When I go grocery shopping for my husband and I for the trip, because what I do is I write down like a, first I write down a menu and then I write down everything that I need for that. And it's so hard because for, you know, so many years we took the kids camping. They only stopped going camping with us a couple of years ago, but I'm still not used to only shopping for the two of us. So I always buy so much food. We always come back with just all this food. Okay, 3033. I'm gonna go with this music note. Let's see what, the music note is 452. Okay. Yeah, so I always buy way too much food. We always bring like a ton of food home and I'm like, all right, well, guess we're just eating that. So yeah, we left on Sunday and the weather was really, really hot here. But where we went, it was like in the upper 60s. So, because you're right on the ocean, you're right by the Strait of Juan de Fuca. You're actually right on the Strait of Juan de Fuca. You're not by it, but you can see Canada from there. And so it was nice because it was in the upper 60s and we were texting our son. He was taking care of our animals in our garden and he was like, it's 92 degrees here. He works for the city, so he does a lot of, he is always outside working. And so he was just getting just blazed in the sun. I felt so bad for him. But yeah, our trip, it was really nice because it, like I said, pretty much the whole time it was there, it was in the 60s. And I don't know if you guys have heard this in the news, depending on where you guys live, but Washington State has just literally been on fire. We have had so many wildfires here and it kind of crescendoed right around the time that we were, well, actually, even when we got back, it was pretty bad. But we didn't have any smoke there. The wind or the breeze that comes off of the ocean, I think, was kind of keeping it away. But yeah, we've had a lot of wildfires here. And the smoke has been pretty bad. Not as bad as it's been in years past. Gosh, it just seems like the last, I would say 5 or 6 years has been really bad as far as wildfires go. you know, like in Canada and stuff too, in BC, which is directly above us, we're only, from where we live, we're about maybe 120 miles away from, maybe not even that, from the Canadian border. So when they're having fires up in BC, we get a lot of their smoke. Oh, I missed a J right there. That's okay. Um, but yeah, so we were having quite a few fires here. We still are, but the smoke was really bad here at the house. But where we were, there was no smoke at all, so we missed that, thankfully. But the last 5 or 6 years, it just seems like, okay, I'm just looking for the music notes. It just seems like there has been an increase in, and don't even get me started in Maui. Oh my gosh. My husband and I got married in Maui, and we spent a lot of time in Lahaina, and I feel so horrible for those people. My heart goes out to their families and everybody there. And I heard a story, and I hope it's not true, that school was canceled that day for some reason. Not sure why. So a lot of the children were home when this happened. So just sad. But yeah, it seems like within the last 5 or 6 years, at least here on the West Coast, there's been an increase in wildfires. And in the past, we've had to literally wear like masks just to be outside. Like it was like extreme bad, where they were telling everybody to stay inside, and the smoke was just horrible. I mean, you could taste the smoke. It was so bad. You couldn't open a window. You couldn't be outside. You couldn't do anything. And then you've got the heat with it too. So I'm just thankful we got, last night it rained, and it's really cool outside. And then it rained today again. This morning it rained. So yeah, hopefully that stamped down some of the wildfires that have been going on. I'll just be glad when fire season is over. I'm gonna actually look into having some more. I've had some trees taken down because they were rotten or a danger, like they could potentially hit the house. We get pretty bad windstorms here in the wintertime, like around January. Anywhere between November and January, we get some pretty nasty windstorms. So I had some trees taken down that could potentially hit the house, but now I'm really considering having some trees taken down just so that they're further away from the house, so that if something were to happen, because we live in a forest, the trees would be further away and potentially helping us to not have our house catch on fire. Oh, well, it would help if I had a drill on my pen, wouldn't it? There we go. Look at that. So yeah, so we left Sunday, and we got there, and it was absolutely beautiful. We didn't get the site that we normally get. It had already been booked, and so I was really nervous about the site that I got because they only show like a little picture of it, and it doesn't show like the surrounding areas, and I'm always worried it's going to be like a big open spot, and you might get some, I don't know, people next to you that are a little, not, we're very private people. I don't know. I don't want a big open camp spot where there's like a bunch of people, but we got there and it was such a private spot. There was vegetation all the way around it, and it was just tucked in. It was a really nice spot, so we were very happy. And every day we went on a hike to a different beach. They have several different beaches there that you can go on or go to. So one of them you have to drive to. It's called Bowman Bay. It's absolutely, when I tell you guys this place is spectacularly beautiful, it's an understatement. It's it's so gorgeous. Um, Deception Pass, if you're interested, just look it up. It's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, so every day we went to a different beach, and I would pack a lunch, and we would pack up all of our stuff. And of course, little Miss Coco, you know what she loves? When we go to the beach, she wants to walk on all of the logs. So we like to rock hound. We're rock hounders, so we're always like walking really slow on the beach looking. Is this glaring at you guys? Like, are you able to, how about that? Does that look better or worse? Maybe better. We'll try that. So we like to look for rocks, but Coco likes to walk on the logs, and the logs are up on the, top part of the beach. So we would go back and forth between walking down towards the water where we could look for rocks. And oh, I meant to bring one of the rocks over here so you guys can see it. It's called chalcedony, and it is actually a semi-precious gem. They're extremely difficult to find. Typically you don't find them where we went, although we did find 4. And we were there for how many days? 5 days? Because we left on Friday, so I think that's right, something like that. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yes, 6 days. 5 nights, 6 days. So yeah, we would go to the beaches and go hiking. There was this one beach, the one that I was talking about by Bowman Bay. It's got 2 bays separated by just this very, very small strip of land. Like basically, the land is maybe 100 feet wide. It's nothing. And when we had gone there before, well, last year we went to Cape Disappointment, which is in the very southwestern corner of the state of Washington. So we went there last year, but the year before, when we were at Deception Pass, we saw a bunch of otters swimming. It was an entire family of sea otters. They are so flippin' adorable. But what happened was they were swimming, and we were watching them. We were sitting on this rock, and they were right there. They were right by us. And they were swimming and swimming, and I was like, oh, they're so cute. Look at the little babies, Well, they went to the landmass, and I was like, what are they doing? And they got up on the beach, and they ran over to the other side of the bay. So there's like, I'm going to just do this with my trace real quick. There's a bay right here, and then there's a bay right here. And there's just a strip of land that has sand and a trail through it and grass. So they went from this bay, got onto the ground, ran across it, and jumped back into the water over here. And there's so many rocks. Like, you couldn't get to that. You'd have to swim so far around to get to this bay, this other bay, that it would take you, half hour. I don't know how long it would take, but there was a seal chasing them, and I didn't see it. And that's why they were in such a hurry. And all of a sudden, the seal comes popping up. I was like, no, go little babies. They're so cute. Yes, I know seals need to eat too, but no. Can you guys see right here? Yes, you can. Okay. Because I see some music notes over here. So yeah, there was a seal chasing them, but we went back to that rock. But the tide was so far out that the rock was like, literally, I'm not exaggerating, like 20 feet above where the water line was. The last time we were there, the rock was probably 10 feet up from the water. So the tide was just crazy. Crazy low. We just hit it at the right time. And we saw some more seals. We always see seals when we go down there. The sunsets are spectacular. All right, let's see. Do I see any more music notes? Do you guys see any more music notes? I don't think I do. I probably will miss one. Oh, I do see one over here. But we love going camping. We go, like I said in another video, we go at least once a year, sometimes twice a year. Nothing else. I'm trying to think if anything else was really like noteworthy. A lot of people from Canada go to this campground because it's so close to Canada. So there was a lot of Canadians. We met a couple that were across from us. It was funny because, you know, when you go camping, well, okay, so hold on, let me pick out another, oh, there's a music note right there. Let's do the percentage sign. What is the percentage sign? 647. 647, okay. So when you go camping, you know, if you have a trailer, a truck and a trailer, these people had a 26-foot trailer and a full-size truck. So we pull up, and we're just in my Ford Escape. What am I doing? Oh, the percentage sign. We're just in my Ford Escape. We packed everything into my Ford Escape. It all fit though. And so we pull up and they're in our spot. They're literally in our spot. And I'm panicking because I'm like, wait a second. Because this was really weird. So when we checked into the ranger station, usually they're like, where's your reservation information or what's your name? Oh, wait, let me back up because this is really funny. So we pull into the campground and it's just packed. Like the line to get up to the ranger station was crazy. And there were 2 lines, but there was a sign and it said open, and it had an arrow pointing to the left and an arrow pointing to the right, which meant that the lane that no one was in was open. And my husband was like, okay, like what are all these people doing? So he started going up this lane, and we realized halfway up it, there was a metal post that had a no parking sign on it. And we're like, oh no, because now we're like pulled so far forward that we would have to like back quite a ways back out. And another car pulled in behind us. And I'm like, oh no. And my husband's like, why does it say that both of these lanes are flipping open? He's like, it says it right. And it did. It did say that both the lanes were open. And I'm like, oh no. So this car pulls behind us and we're like, what do? We have to back up. And meanwhile, there's all these other people that have been waiting in line. So we feel like total jerks. And, so I get out of the car and there was this really nice lady in the car behind us. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. It said we pulled into this lane because it said it was open, but there's a metal post in front of us. We can't pull forward. She goes, oh, no problem. Do you need me to back up? And I'm like, yeah, we have to like, you know, get out of this lane. She's like, not a problem. And so she starts backing up and she turns her blinker on to get in the other lane, which she would have to merge in front of people who had already been waiting. But there was no other way to do it because we were all blocked. Her and us, we were blocked in at this point. There was nowhere for us to go. We would have to merge into the lane, which I am not all about. And I felt, I was so embarrassed. You guys, I was so embarrassed. And so she backs up and we back up. We didn't have to back up as far as we backed up, but it wasn't like a huge amount. And so then I rolled down my window and I asked this poor gentleman, I got his attention. I said, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "I'm so terribly sorry." I said, "Is there any way that we could get over in front of you?" And he said, "No problem." And I love that because everybody's so friendly when you go camping. They're just like, "Oh, no problem." As soon as we did that, the ranger comes out and takes the metal post out of the lane, which is great for us because we're right there. But why was it? I don't understand why it was there in the first place. So anyway, we get up to the ranger station and normally they're like, "Okay, what's your name? We need your paperwork for your reservation number." Like, I had all of it ready. There's literally like a SKU thing on the reservation where they scan it. And all he said is, "Which site are you in?" And I'm like, "Oh, 154. And he goes, "Okay, what's your name?" I told him. And he's like, "Okay." And normally they also ask you for your license plate number so that they have that information so that if something were to happen and the ranger was like, "Hey, this car shouldn't be in here," because they charge for extra additional parking and all this kind of stuff. He didn't ask us for that either. And he was just like, "Okay, here you go. here's your piece of paper." I was like, "Okay, bye." So keep in mind, I had made this reservation in December, okay? And it was a site we hadn't been in before. So we get to the site. It's like we got lost too because this particular part of the park, and there's so many different parts of the park. There's another part of the park like across the highway that's part of the campground. There's one that's like 2 miles down the road where Bowman Bay is, that's part of the campground. So it's really, really spread out, and we got lost. Even though we had a map, it was very confusing. And so we get to our spot, and there's somebody in it. It's this couple from Canada. I didn't know they were from Canada. It doesn't matter. But they were in our spot. Their trailer was in our spot and they were backing into it. And I was like, "Oh no." I'm like, "Do we have the wrong spot?" I checked our reservation thing. And I'm like, "No, this is our spot." I'm like, "Why are they backing into our spot?" And I kind of panicked because, when you plan all this and you pack everything and you've spent days and you know what I'm saying? So I rolled down my window and I'm like, "Excuse me, I think this is our spot." And she goes, "I know." She goes, "We're just having a hard time getting our trailer into our spot," which was directly across from us. And I'm like, "Oh," I'm like, "Okay, no problems." And so it's a super tight. When we had a trailer and we went there, my husband said that he was just like, his nails, if he could have dug his nails into the dashboard. There is an old growth forest, and the trees are so close together, and the campsites are so tight when you have a trailer. We just pulled right in. So they pulled into their spot. She's like, "Oh, just give us a minute." And so I was kind of snippy. She was kind of snippy. Not really, but kind of. Because I was like, "Hey, this is our spot." And she's like, "I know." We're pulling our kid trailer in. So anyway, we get unpacked. We get everything set up. And we're like, "Hey, let's just take a walk around. Let's go orientate ourselves." So like, where are the bathrooms? Where's this? Where's that? Luckily, we were right by a garbage receptacle station, and we were also by a water faucet where you could like get water to like cook with and stuff. But as far as like the showers, the bathrooms, where are all those things? So we walked around. We're like, "Okay, we know where everything is now," and kind of looked at other sites and said, "Oh, maybe this one next year, maybe this one, whatever." And so we're coming back, and the couple is out looking around their truck. They're still, they're leveling their trailer and all that kind of stuff. We didn't have to do that. So it takes a little bit longer. And I'm like, "Oh, tight spot, huh?" Because I kind of felt bad. Like, I kind of wanted to like say something. And I'm like, oh, tight spot, huh? And he's like, yeah. He goes, yeah. He goes, man, he goes, I almost had a heart attack pulling in here. He goes, these trees are so close together. And he was talking about this one area where you first come in and there's power sites, power hookup sites. And he was like, I didn't think I was going to make it. It was such a tight squeeze. And I looked at the lady and I'm like, I'm sorry about earlier. I said, I thought that you guys were in this spot or there was some type of confusion with the reservations. I said, I didn't mean to come off that way. And she goes, oh, no, no, no. We were almost talking over each other. It was one of those things. She's like, oh, no, 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 no. I want to apologize. I feel really bad. I was snippy. You know, I didn't mean to sound like that. And all this kind of stuff. So it ended up being fine, but it was just one of those situations. So yeah, coming into the park was a little bit stressful because we were in the wrong line. The ranger was just like, can you guys, here, I'll do it this way so that hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Can you guys see right here? Yeah. And then, okay. Yeah, so it was a little bit stressful going into the campground with the line and then thinking that somebody was taking our spot, but it ended up being fine. And the rest of the trip was just great. We only had to go to the store. There's a store like, I want to say it's like 3 miles away from the campground, and we had to get creamer and some wine. So that was the only time that we had to go to the store, which was cool because, oh, you guys. So we're getting ready for dinner the first night. I had planned everything out. I had written an extensive list, menu, items to purchase at the store, what we were going to eat every single day. Because you guys know I meal plan and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I want to be, I'm sure you guys do that too, but you just want to be really organized and want to make sure that you have food and stuff. Okay, real quick, hold on. Percentage signs. Are you anywhere? Oh, I see one. We're getting ready for dinner. There's the cooler. Oh, my husband got this brand new cooler for Father's Day from our son. Oh, it's the best cooler ever. It's called Arctic with an R. Arctic. Really awesome cooler. The ice did not melt. And we were there for 5 nights. I mean, it melted, but like what I'm saying is like it kept it cold for 5 days. Is that crazy? Have you ever had a cooler like that in your life? Like what? Yeah. So anyway, we're getting ready for dinner and I'm like, we're gonna have hamburgers. You guys know I make my black bean hamburgers. And I froze. I froze and I was like, I forgot the hamburgers. Okay, now keep in mind we're camping. What do you eat when you go camping? I can guarantee you 90% of people have hamburgers, hot dogs, whatever. Yeah, Miss Ramey forgot the hamburgers. So luckily I had brought 2, so vegan quote unquote hot dogs come in 4 packs. And luckily, because I almost separated them out because I knew we were only going to need them for 2 nights. Luckily, I brought both packs. So we had hot dogs. We had hot dogs for, 4 nights. But hey, you're camping, so it's okay. Everything ended up being fine. We were roughing it, people. We were roughing it. I'm joking. But yeah, I forgot the hamburgers, so that was a big faux pas on my part. Yeah. So, and the reason why I forgot them is they're in the freezer. Not that that's an excuse, but yeah. So there were a lot more percentage signs. Where was I? Missing all these. Okay, now let's check. So yeah, I forgot the hamburgers. Ended up being fine, and we did not suffer. We did not go hungry. We ate like pigs. I'm still suffering from it. Ugh. Isn't it so hard to lose weight? Oh my gosh. I need to lose some weight. I do. I need to lose some weight. I have gained some weight over the past year. Not a lot. I've gained like 10 pounds. If you were to look at me, I'm not like, you wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, she's like overweight, but I'm to the point where I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. So nothing against, I'm not trying to say anything against anybody else. I'm not trying to make a statement. I'm saying me personally, when I got my blood work back, I was like, oh, okay, my triglycerides are a little high. I'm going to go with the letter C because there's a lot. And 451. Okay, 451. So I just personally, for health reasons, because I got my blood work and it did show me that I need to lose weight. So this is not a preference. This is a medical thing for me. I don't know why I'm freaking justifying this anyway. I just need to lose weight. So yeah, that was really fun. And we came back and it was so hot. Came back and unpacked. We had to set I like to, when we get back, I like to set our tent back up and just kind of let it air out for a little while, and then I will vacuum the inside of it really good, because when you're camping, you can never get like all of the dirt and sand and all that kind of stuff out of it. So we set it up and got that all cleaned up, got everything well, everything is not put away. I just went into the garage today and I noticed my husband put everything on the floor in the garage. But hey, it's in the garage, right? Everything's in the garage. It's okay, honey. Everything's in the garage. It's fine. Look away. Go into your own room. This is my territory. Ugh, so funny. Yeah, the garage is his. Trust me. Just, oh my gosh. If the house looked like the garage, there would be a real problem. We would be like considered hoarders, I think, at that point. Yeah, no, thank you. But yeah, my son took such good care of our animals and the garden. Our garden's not doing anything, you guys. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we planted too late. I don't know if it's the season, like what am I trying to say? Not the season. Like if the weather was just wonky this year and just didn't allow, maybe other people have awesome gardens and it was just, we did plant in some pretty bad soil this year. We're trying to grow our squash on a hillside to let it kind of trellis down the hillside, and it was pretty poor soil. So I think that was our bad. But really nothing else is doing well either. But he took really good care of our crappy garden. So I was thankful that he did that. And he works so hard. He works so flippin' hard, that kid, man. I tell you what. And he still took care of our animals and the garden. I mean, and our flowers, our plants, and everything. Yeah, he works really hard. By the time he gets home, he is just wasted tired. I mean, yeah, he works all day in the blazing sun or the cold winter snow, and then he goes and works out for an hour, at least an hour. And by the time he gets home, he just wants to take a shower and cook his dinner and go to bed. So he gets up really early in the morning. So he doesn't get home until like, what, 6? So he's got to like hurry up, get that shower, get going, cook your dinner, and then go to bed. He doesn't have a lot of time. This week he's on call. So he's got the company truck. And man, that kid, I'm telling you, he's 23 years old. Retirement, medical, pension, city job. He's got his CDL. I mean, hello. You guys, oh my gosh. My daughter texted me last night and her boyfriend was at work. He does, have you guys ever seen the show Hoarders? I was just talking about that. I swear this is true. Have you guys ever seen that show Hoarders? These are, what's going on? Oh, there we go. So he works for, it's like one of those companies that comes and picks up all of your junk. So like it's typically hoarding houses. Not always, but typically it's hoarding houses. People that have just, they're just, you know, it basically they're taking stuff to the dump and cleaning it out. So that's what he does. And he apparently was loading stuff into the truck and he stepped incorrectly when he was trying to get out of the back of the truck where they throw all the garbage. He was trying to get out of the truck and he fell forward. Oh my gosh, even talking about this, he fell forward and he landed on his wrist and he fractured it. They had to go to the urgent care. And apparently he's going to have to go to an orthopedic doctor to see like what else they can do. I don't know, like fracturing your wrist. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. So we're going over there on Saturday. This weekend we're going over there. Today is Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. Oops. And so we're going over there. And I'm gonna like bring him some balloons and stuff, but I also wanted to take him stuff like I guess he feels really bad. He's in a band too. He's a drummer. Yeah. He's a drummer in a band. And they had a gig this Friday. And apparently my daughter's like, I'm like, is he okay? Like, do you guys need anything? And she's like, yeah, he's fine. She goes, he actually feels bad that he is inconveniencing people. And I was like, oh my gosh, because, you know, that's how flippant I am. I must be so annoying. But like, I'm not saying he's annoying, but I understand that. Like, you just feel like, oh, I should be doing stuff. So like, he was supposed to have a gig this Friday. His band's actually doing really good. And so, I mean, obviously he can't do that. And he's not going to, they don't know when he's going to be able to go back to work because his work requires him to lift things and put things into the back of a truck. And you can't do that when you have a fractured wrist. So they don't know when he's going to be able to go back to work. I don't know how long something like that takes to heal either. Or like if, see, I guess once he goes to the doctor, we'll find out, like, do you have to have pins put in? I don't know. So we're going to go over Saturday. And I was trying to think, you guys, can you help me out with this? I was trying to think of stuff I could get him because I'm going to get him balloons. I was going to get a little stuffed animal. But I wanted to try to find stuff where that he could do that would occupy his time because he's just going to be home alone some of the time. I'm looking for the letter C. Sorry, I'm not ignoring the diamond painting as I'm talking. I wanted to find stuff that he could do with one hand, with one arm. I mean, I was thinking like cards or something like that, but today, like, everybody's got solitaire on their computer or whatever. So I was like, he probably won't really want to do cards. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that he could do to occupy his time. Yeah, reading. Okay, let's pick out the next color here before I continue on. Let's do, what is this called symbol? Let's do that one. It looks like a star, like a bursting star. 453. Oh, okay. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, like what could I get him? where it would just be like, you know, he would just have to use one hand, one arm, or whatever, so that he's not just like there alone. And okay, it's not a star, it's like a bursting looking, because there is a star. This is, I don't know what you would call this. Yeah, so I want to get him something like that. I don't know. Maybe I should just, I don't know, something to read. Reading, though, if you get a book, you kind of need both hands. Man, this is a tricky one, because it's kind of amazing when you think about it. If you just can only use one hand, like, think about it. Me just trying to think of something to get him where he can only use one hand. I'm sure you guys will have really good ideas. Can you guys please leave them down in the comments for me, and I will definitely look at them. And thank you ahead of time for doing that, because we're going this Saturday, so, and it's, like I said, it's Wednesday today, so that would be awesome. And I'm gonna upload this. Oh shoot, you know what? I'm not gonna be able to upload this until Friday, because I'm not going to Walmart until Friday. Maybe I should go tomorrow. Oh, I hate going to Walmart. I just hate it. But gotta do it. Grocery prices are so expensive right now. It's kind of ridiculous. Groceries, gas. I don't know what state you guys live in. I was looking at the national average for price for gas, and it said something like $3.85. I'm just looking at the camera. $3.85. I would like you guys to know that us over here in Washington State are paying over $5 a gallon for gas. So I don't know where this $3.85 number is coming from. If you live in a state where it's $3.85, just know that that is extremely inexpensive to us out here in Washington State. I don't know if it's the entire West Coast or what. And what makes me so irritated and confused is we have oil refineries here. So go figure. I don't understand it. But yeah, we're paying like $5.09, $5.19 for a gallon of gas. My poor son, he's got two cars. Both are, well, what's his truck? It's a diesel. I don't know, Ford F-250, what is that? It's a diesel, what? Anyway, he's got a separate tank as well. So he's got two tanks. He's got one in his bed and one, just the regular tank. And he's like, yep. He's like, $170. And then I have to reset the pump, because it will only let you do $170 at a time. I have to reset the pump and start it over and keep filling my tank. So yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, with gas prices, grocery prices, I dread going to the grocery store. It's just like, okay, and they're out of everything. Why are they out of everything? I tried to get fruit, canned fruit. It's like the Walmart that we are at, it's like the whole section was gone. It was all applesauce. It's like applesauce. Applesauce is great. I love get more wax. I love applesauce, but you need to have some canned fruit, okay? You need to do some canned fruit. I just needed a couple of cans of canned fruit for something, but yeah. No more fruit section. Okay. Sounds good. Do you guys like avocados? I love avocados. And I've noticed lately too that the avocados have been really bad. And maybe it's just the wrong time of year. I can't find a good avocado. We have an avocado tree that I grew from a seed. It's like 3 years old now. And I've got 4 lemon trees that I also grew from a store lemon, and I also have a pear tree that I grew from a seed that came from the store. So those are all inside. We just, oh, our pears, our Bosque pears from outside finally ripened. When we came home from camping, they were ripe. They are the best tasting pears I think I've ever had. It's amazing when you grow your own food and you taste it and it's like, wait a second, this is what a pear is supposed to taste like, or this is what a, you know, whatever is supposed to taste like. Yeah. And our plum tree also had ripened, so we ate some plums. It only had 2 plums on it this year. It's not mature. It's not a mature tree. So it's still got a couple more years to go before it really gets going. And then there's our apple tree I told you guys about. It's got, I'll count the apples for you guys, but it has easily over 100 apples. And the tree is about 5 feet tall and maybe 8 feet in width. And I'm not making that up. It's Honeycrisp apples. The tree looks like it's gonna like break at the base. I've never seen anything like it. It's just riddled with apples. Riddled with apples. And I'm having fun doing this painting. I really like it. There's so many different colors in it. How many colors did I say it had? It has, oh, it only has 46. In my last video I said 57. I don't know where I got that. Okay, so it has 40. Yeah, 46 colors. Okay. So yeah, I don't know where my other Harbor, I know I have 3 Harbor Freight containers and I used 2 for this one. Well, obviously not 2 full ones, but I don't know where my other one is. You guys, I made a Temu order today. I didn't get any paintings though. I bought, I'll show you, I'll do an unbagging. I got accessories. So I have enough paintings, like I said. You guys need to go back and watch my other video. I've talked a lot about that, but yeah, I have, okay, let's see. Can I multi-place? Let's just try it. I'm nervous because I'm doing it on camera too. Okay. Average. Good effort. Looks good. It's all right. Not what I wanted, but all right, it turned out. So yeah, every once in a while I'll be like, just try it. If there's a bunch in a row, I'm like, just do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. You gotta learn how to do it. Because there's so many 310s in here that it is redonkulous. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I'm trying to think anything else going on. Not really. My husband went in early to work today. Somebody's leaving. They've been there for like 20 years, so they're having a barbecue. So he gets to get off work early, which is awesome. I love it when he gets off work early. Oh, I missed so many things. Okay, let's see. Are there any more of these? I'm calling them starbursts, I guess. They're like, I don't know what you'd call them. Starbursts, I guess. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's some more over here. Okay. Yeah, pretty boring. I'm glad that I don't have really that much going on. I like peacefulness in my life. And I'm kind of I'm a homebody and I enjoy being alone. I'm very okay with that. I have too much going on in my mind all the time that it's enough. I don't need more. So, okay, well, what do you say that we do our questions? What do you say? I picked out some good ones that I thought were, I picked out some ones that I thought were good. I missed one here. I don't know if you guys like this. Like I said, please comment and tell me if you guys like me doing this or not. I think it's fun, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you guys think it's fun. So let me know if you guys like the question part. Okay. Oh, shoot. I just like squished that. Okay. So our first question. How do you react when people sing happy birthday to you in a restaurant? Oh. Yeah, how do you guys react when somebody sings happy birthday to you in a restaurant? It's usually a Mexican restaurant too. Like, at least because we always go to this, the only reason why I'm saying that is we go to this Mexican restaurant. We've been going there for so long. We know the owner. We've been going there for like over 20 years now. H169. And it's usually there, and they'll come out with a sombrero and stuff, and you're just like, please don't give me lice. Yeah, how do you guys feel? And you know, it's like, so what we used to do is when we would get there, we would secretly like tell the waiter or the waitress or whatever, hey, it's my daughter's birthday, blah, blah, blah. And back then it was like, oh yeah, this isn't bad. Nope, now, I will stomp on your foot as hard as I can if you do that to me. Nope, not having it. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. My daughter hates it. My son hates it. My husband hates it. It's too embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. I understand that you need to celebrate your birthday, but oh my gosh, like, does everybody need to know that it's your birthday? Oh, it's so embarrassing. So for me, I'm like, yeah, it's too embarrassing for me. I don't like it. I don't want anybody to know. It's like, if it's my birthday and we go there, I'm like, if you guys say anything, you're not getting a ride home. You will stay here. You will stay here and, suffer. I'm not having it. No. What about you guys? Do you care? Do you care? Okay, so it's one thing in a restaurant, right? What about at home? Like, is that okay? Like, if you have a big family gathering, and is that okay if they sing happy birthday to you if you're at home, like when you're having your cake and stuff? Or are you also not okay with that? Because I'm also not okay with that. Yeah, I know. I'm a big party pooper. I get it. But like, I don't know. I don't know why it stresses me out. I don't know. I don't like, you know what it is? I don't like that type of attention. It makes me uncomfortable. It's like, I don't know. It's like we're already celebrating my birthday, and then it's like the song on top of it. And I know it's like, well, you're missing out. You should enjoy it and let people celebrate you and all this kind of stuff. But it's like, I just don't like it. That's all. I just don't like it. What about you guys? How do you feel about that? Okay. Let's look at the next question. I've got them marked here with paper. Okay, when has your life dramatically changed as the result of some seemingly random external influence? When has your life dramatically changed as the result of some seemingly random external influence? Well, I'm gonna say for me, when I had my children, and we did like play dates and all that kind of stuff, the things that you normally do. I really realized that, not to toot my own horn here, but I noticed that I was really good with children, like my friends' children, my children. I had a knack for younger children. toddler age, preschool age. I just had a knack for being with children and communicating with them and getting them to listen. And through my children, so I would volunteer at their preschool. That's when I first started volunteering, when they were that young. And the director of the preschool actually asked me, she said, hey, would you like to work here? And I was like, oh, I don't have any qualifications. You know, she goes, look, if you agree to go to school to get your early childhood education degree, she goes, I'll allow you to work here. She goes, you're amazing. And I was so flattered. And did I really miss this many C's? Look at this all over here. These are all C's. That's okay. So I did. I started going to college while I was working there and taking care of the kids and the family and all of that. Oh, there's some wax. And because I had been volunteering, I graduated from college with a teaching certificate as well as my early childhood degree. And I became a preschool teacher at our local college. So I would say, let me read the question one more time. Am I getting this correct? When has your life dramatically changed as the result of some seemingly random external influence? Yeah, okay, yeah. So that was it for me. That's mine. I didn't expect that. It wasn't like I never had any intentions of becoming a teacher. I just loved working with children, and I didn't realize that it was like, wow, you know, you have a knack for this. So yeah, I would say that would be it for me, definitely, because that changed the entire course of my life. I mean, I was a teacher for like 20 years, so I did have to retire early because of my mental health, but it's all those kids. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's see. Let's pick one more symbol here. We'll do this, whatever, what is this symbol? You guys, I'm sorry, I'm not good with the names. 648. I'm not good with the names of the symbols. They're just, it's this thing. I'll just call it this thing. 648. Wow, it always seems to me like there's not enough drills, and I'm always wrong. So yeah, I would say that would be it for me. That's kind of a hard question because there could be several questions. There's also a follow-up to that question, which is, how much do you feel in control of the course of your life? I feel, that's not the next question, but that was the second follow-up. How much do I feel in control of my life? I feel, well, that can mean so many different things, right? Because it's like, well, what do you mean? Like, yeah, I do feel in control of my life. I feel like there's things out of your control, but for the most part, I feel like I'm in control of my life. Yeah. Okay. So that was a weird follow-up question. Okay. Last one. Oh, okay. This is really good, and this is a pet peeve of mine. If a friend were almost always late, would you resent it or simply allow for it? What do you guys think about that one? So I'm gonna give you my take on it, whether you like it or not. I'm just kidding. So I have this whole thing about people being late. So people are late. It just happens. You have every intention of being there on time and you're late, and it's like out of your control. Traffic was bad. There was a car accident, whatever. I get that. There are times when you have somebody who shows up late. It's not a big deal at all. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm late, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, hey, you know, calm down, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's good. However, there are those people who are always, I'm not talking about sometimes, always late. Okay, I'm gonna try. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna try. Here we go. I don't think I picked it up right. I did. I think I did. Okay, that was all right. One was a little off, but I got it. But then you have friends who are consistently late. So what I mean by that is if you invite your friend, you know if you say 6 o'clock, they're going to be there at 6:15. You just know it. So you're always like, oh no, we're going to be there at 6:30. Then they're on time, right? Nope, they still somehow managed to be late. Here is my thing with that. Let's reverse it for a second, okay? Are you on time? Are you a person who shows up on time? Now, for myself, I always show up early. I have this weird thing. I have to be there early. And when I mean early, I mean like 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, half hour early. I'm early. Because if you're not early, you're late. So anyway, if you're somebody who shows up on time, do you know what that means? That means that you put effort, thought into being on time. You thought to yourself, I better get ready. I better get ready. I need to go. This is my friend. This is important. I need to be there on time. Now, let's reverse that to the person who's late, okay? I'm sorry, but if you are consistently late, you're doing it on purpose. I don't care what anyone says. You are doing it on purpose. You are making a statement, and that statement is, my time is more valuable than yours. When someone is consistently late, they are saying, my time is more valuable than yours. Again, I am not lumping people in who are late sometimes. Lord knows I've been late sometimes. Very rarely, but I have been late. And it's always been something out of my control. It just happens. But when you are consistently late, you're doing it on purpose. You're literally intentionally doing it, because think of it this way. Here's another way to think of it, right? Just by sheer dumb luck, they would be on time. Just by sheer dumb luck, they would be on time, right? But they're not. They're always late. What does that say? Oh, let me try doing this one. Let's see. This looks good right here. I'm so nervous, you guys. Now I missed it. Oh, here it is. Getting there. Work in progress, right? Work in progress. But yeah, they're doing it on purpose, because there's no way that you can always be late. It's impossible to do. You can't always be late. You would be on time. You'd accidentally be on time. So yeah, I have a real big thing with that. I just feel like, man, it's making a statement, people. I'm telling you, it is making a statement. Now, if you have like some type of mental problem, or you have a disability or something like that that causes you to have some type of issue with that type of thing, that's different. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people who just have no consideration, and it's annoying, and it's annoying. It's very annoying. Especially when you're at a restaurant and they're just like, would you like to order while you're waiting? No, I'm still waiting for this dingus to get here. Yeah, so that's how I feel about that. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Do you guys feel like that, or am I just way off in left field? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. All right, you guys. Well, I think I'm going to end it here. I enjoyed spending time with you guys today. And yeah, I will upload this soon. And you guys take care. Leave down in the comments anything for one hand, for a one-handed person, for my daughter's boyfriend. Okay, any ideas would be very well appreciated. So take care, guys. Loves.